This is one of Brent's favorite steelhead flies tied on a tube fly. The tube fly setup is really beneficial for short bites that steelhead are notorious for. This fly also tracks behind the leader when swinging in the current.
Well, good day. Here we'll start with our tube flies. We're going to start with a steelhead fly. I have a large tube in the vise here on my mandrel. Just the shank end here. Now I want the fly to have a little bit of a flare at the back here, so I'm going to just put in some, this is large chenille. This is a holographic, let me get the bag here. It's pretty cool stuff from Semperfli. Gold holographic flex chenille, cornflower color. Very nice color for this one. Then I'll bring in some 4 of these pink silly legs. So what the large chenille is going to do is splay the rubber material out. We want it to undulate, swim in the water as much as possible, create as much movement. I kind of like these rubber legs. We've been finding they work really well. Okay, so let's get just a marabou plume in here. Put a little blue one on the back. And get a little bit of a kind of an intruder style fly, if you will. Take a few turns. We're going to have this fly will be fairly thin. Now, of course, depends on the water you fish, how heavy you dress your steelhead flies. We dress them pretty heavy on big water, and a little later when you get the water down, they need little thinner flies. We like them a little more sparse, or a lot more sparse. That comes along. Okay, so that'll kind of have that end right there. Now I'm going to bring in, just want to showcase a little new material here too. This is flat braid 1/16 holographic electric blue. I'm going to use that for some rib. So, you can use a lot of different materials, guys. I'm just basically I'll show you how to tie some flies here too. We're not wasting our time, but so that'll be our rib. And our body, you can use tinsel or something like that. I'm just going to use some small chenille here, this small black chenille. And come forward. Now we want to leave a little room. We got some business to do up here yet. And I'll bring in gotta find it. There it is. Turn everything around, kind of gets jammed up there. Don't have my material clip on there. I'll just rib that with that nice braid. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So it gives you all kinds of options. And a tinsel body on there too with that blue wrap would really look nice as well. Gives it nice and bright. So you can kind of give the looks you want, okay? All right, so I'm going to get another turn of this heavy chenille because I just like the way this flares my collars too. Throws a little bit of glint in there. Now be mindful, this is the end of my tube right there, right at my scissor point. So we got a little bit of work to do here yet, so you don't want to get it too tight. All right. So let's grab another nice marabou plume here, some blood quill. Tie that in perpendicular so we get a bit of a nice pulsating action. Always try to create as much movement with our flies as possible. Catch a couple turns again. Tie that off. It'll wrap back over itself. Okay. Now I will bring in a black. I want to crowd the end of that tube. I've got to do a little business. We're going to put a cone on there. So here we go with our, get another bite on this tip here. We're black. And it's really easy to overdress these flies, it really is. Sweep everything back out of the way. You don't want to bind anything down. So it's going to really breathe nice. Then I'll bring in some of this, is some dyed Lady Amherst. And I'm just going to basically envelope this around the shank. Might want to pull that around a little bit. I'll grab a couple more for the bottom. Sometimes I'll even put that in on a wire brush because I can really get a nice distribution of that hammer. Just cut those tips off. Really gives a nice, I like that. So we still have our end of our tube just barely exposed. And that fly, I'd fish it right like so. I don't think we'd have any problems. I'll pick that Lady Amherst. It kind of sticks together. You get 2 or 3 barbs. Here's some kind of a little clump right there. You can work them out. And it really, I'll pick that out when I take my picture, and you'll see it a little bit better. Now, if you also want to dress it up a little bit more, you can grab yourself, what is this, Steelhead Fly Colorado mix and blue blend. And give it a little bit of that on top. So that'll really bling it out if you want to go that far. Some guys like a little bit of flash and some don't. You can probably try some of both ways, but it's a nice flash. Steelhead flash is nice. Okay, so we'll do that. We're gonna get some head cement here. I'll get some super weld. I have a large black cone, which will fit on here. I'll get my super weld, as I mentioned. Put a little bit of that on. Gotta watch your stuff. Don't run into your materials, because it doesn't forgive. Put my cone on there for a little bit of weight. And let me bring this fly just out a little bit. I have this mandrel here. Now you can see the mandrel coming out. I'm going to push this on a little bit more. And that will stay on the pattern right there. Sometimes when your cone's a little bigger, you're going to see the tube be exposed. So what you can do then is flare it out. You're going to see it in some of those other patterns. I'm sure I'll tie some small ones with bigger cones and I'll show you that technique. So there it is, just a nice blue and black steelhead tube fly. I'll rig this up a little later for you. Well, there you go, you steelheaders. There's a great one to start with. We'll cut our tubes off. At the end, I'll show you how we'll put our little, there's our little collar at the end. So what I'll do here is I'll just nip that a little bit short. We got about 1/4 inch. This will fit super, super tight, so I don't need to glue this on. But there's that flex tubing that goes at the end of your tube fly. Okay. Now that's where you're going to jam the fly hook. You'll be able to run your leader through there, tie it on, and then just slide your hook up in there. And that's how and you can turn that whichever way is going to be upright or however you want to ride the hook riding in there. So there you go. Nice little bright tube fly for you. Black and blue. Little pink legs. I like the legs on there too. It works really good. We found out the steelhead love eating it. Thanks for watching you. We'll catch you again on the next one real quick here.
Thanks for watching Brent's Fly Fishing Instructional Series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.